What's up, guys? Back with another video. So we got the 923 update patch notes. All right, so we're getting 4 new uniforms and 2 new tier 4 characters, Shang-Chi and Kamala Khan. And plus we are getting a revamped zombie survival mode. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. All the uniforms will be 40% off. All right, so Shang-Chi stays combat superhero. The abilities are agility and leadership. All right. The uniform effect, he gets super armor or defense, skill damage, bonus damage, and 40% damage reduction, which is very nice. His tier 2 passive, it's on his passive, so he keeps the accumulation. So 0.9%. And then his 4-star passive, when you use the 10 ring staff, it resets the 4th skill, Qui-Gon punch. So instead of the 2nd skill resetting the 5th skill on his old uniform, now it resets the 4th skill. All right, the 1st skill is just an attack. 2nd skill has stun and incapacitation. The 3rd skill, he keeps the iframe ignore, removes active buffs, incapacitation, paralysis. He has a 50% heal, invincible, a frenzy buff, and he keeps the reflect, which is very nice. The 4th skill, he has incapacitation and paralysis, ignore dodge, and damage immunity. And the 5th skill has all defense down. He does not have penetration, which is kind of bad. So no PvP for Shang-Chi. He does not have like a tap buff or anything like that, like a damage proc. So he's always been quirky like that. Even his tier 3 is a buff. So we'll just have to see in game how hard he hits, at least in World Boss. Like I said, he is lacking penetration in his kit, but he does keep the iframe ignore on the 3rd skill with the reflect. So that is that for Shang-Chi. All right, Kamala Khan, she stays a speed character, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Her abilities are strong and leadership, and she is reverting back to an inhuman. So last 2 uniforms, she was human, just because of the retcon in the comics. Now she's going back to inhuman. So if you haven't finished at least 14.5 in Dispatch, where you need 3 Inhumans, you can go back and use Black Bolt, Medusa, and Kamala Khan. If you don't have Thane, even though he is kind of semi free to play now since he's in dimension missions, but you can use Kamala Khan now in that one. The uniform effect, she gets a increase of all attack by 50%, super armor or defense, and 30% damage reduction, which is very nice. Tier 2 passive, she gets 15% chain hit damage, skill damage, bonus damage. Her 4-star passive, she keeps the guard break immunity and the ignore dodge. All right, so still has a good kit, still kind of the same as the old. The 1st skill has fracture, 2nd skill has snare, 3rd skill has paralysis with a 1.3% accumulation with damage immunity, which is very nice. The 4th skill has paralysis, invincible, and a 60% increase of all attack. And the 5th has burn, shock, a 35% heal, and a frenzy buff. So she has all of the ABX ABL cancelizations. The only thing is she won't be able to compete with Luna for speed human. Now speed or no restrictions or whatever, definitely you could use Kamala Khan. But for speed human, Luna Snow is still the de facto numero uno in that category. So there's that. Other than that, though, her kit looks pretty decent. So, and plus she doesn't have penetration either. But it is what it is. Captain Marvel stays universal, but she is reverting to a super villain. So all zombies are super villains. Alright, the ability, she is getting the zombie tag, leadership, and energy projection. So the one extra tag she is getting, the zombie, so kudos to that. Uniform effect, she gets a decreased chain hit damage by 40%. Very nice. 40% damage reduction. And an increased basic damage by 55% when attacking characters without the zombie tag. So they are kind of making Captain Marvel good again for PvP. So teaming her up with Weapon Hex, and just that 1 second of immortality is okay, but that's a really good tag, really good for PvP. So we'll just have to see when it goes live, which is tomorrow morning. Alright, the tier 3, it still has the same, the 65% penetration, all that good stuff. Her leadership is 35% increase of energy attack for all allies. Tier 2 passive, she gets 10% chain hit and increase all buffs by 20%. So all that's still the same. She has a super armor all defense, skill damage, bonus damage. The first skill has silence. Second has paralysis and incapacitation with a 10 times barrier. Third skill has paralysis, damage immunity, and an increase of all attack by 35%. Fourth skill has, she keeps the iframe ignore or remove buffs, 80% chance of missing attacks. Paralysis, another 25% heal. Invincible, and a frenzy buff on the 4. So very nice. And the fifth has snare and fracture with the 0.8% accumulation. Alright, so that is that. Now, she doesn't have penetration either in her kit, except for the tier 3. So, that is that on Captain Marvel. But other than that, though, she looks pretty decent. Alright, Scarlet Witch stays universal, and she's reverting to super villain. Alright, she stays in other. Alright, she has the chaos magic, fast movement, and the zombie tag. The uniform effect, ignore dodge, increase mind damage, and 30% damage reduction. Tier 2 passive, she keeps the guaranteed crit rate, 60% chance to penetrate, and skill damage bonus damage. The 4-star passive, she gets a 10% chain hit, and a 30-30 all attack, all defense on the 4-star passive. First skill, she has snare. Second, 0.5% accumulation, which is kind of low, but okay. The third skill has silence, increased mind damage. The fourth skill has paralysis with the damage immunity. Fifth skill has burn and fracture with the 30% heal and invincible. So she still has some ABX and ABL properties. She will probably be taking over, like if you're using Jean Grey for the universal villain, or if you're still using Black Bolt. So she's just replacing those. Now, universal superhero, which I'm thinking Medusa will probably take over for Scarlet Witch on that day. So just have to wait and see, because she is the last character on that upgrade list that we got a couple years ago. So Medusa will probably stay a superhero and replace Scarlet Witch in ABX and ABL. But Scarlet Witch is probably taking over Universal Supervillain Day. But she is competing with Mephisto. That's kind of weird. Okay, so just have to wait and see about that one also. So there is that. All right, Shang-Chi and Kamala Khan's tier 4s. Shang-Chi is getting the all attack increase by 80%, which is very nice. 60% increase in max HP. Kamala Khan is getting the Luna Snow tier 4, but like I said, she'll be competing like in no restriction days or just regular speed day. Speed female? Yeah. So increase basic damage by 100%, and it decreases by 8% every 1 second. So there's that. 3 new Transcendent characters, Warwolf, Gorilla Man, and Slapstick. So there's that. 2 free-to-plays and 1 semi-paywall character. Slapstick is in Dimension Missions also. So all 3 of them are getting a Transcendence. Bada bing, bada boom. Zombie Survival, we will talk about that when it goes live. Most people are mad because it's not it's like not a co-op. I'm glad it's not like a co-op like GBR. Me personally, I'm glad. But they are kind of compacting all the stages. So instead of 100 stages, it's going up to 10. So 10 being the highest is probably like level 100 in the old zombie survival mode. The clear conditions for zombie survival has been changed before. Defeat the zombie boss and have at least 1 hero survive. Now, after the update, it'll be at least 1 hero must survive until the final time limit. So that's very good. All right, the difficult levels have been simplified. Like I said, it was 100 levels. Now it'll be 10 levels. So due to the difficulty level adjustments, all previous records will be reset. All right. The skill restrictions have been changed. So before it was up to 3 skills could be restricted, and after the reset, it'd just be for 2. And then they are putting an auto repeat function in. So using this feature will consume clear tickets. Alrighty. So, like I said, they're changing some of it, which is very nice. The corrosive gas has been removed from the list of stage hazards. So now, it'll be zombie gas will now appear in the zombie mode. Zombie gas appears with the number of zombies in a stage reaches a certain count. The higher the number of zombies, the more damage the gas infects. So, instead of doing the whole waiting 20 seconds for your ISO 8 set in zombie mode, you just go straight into nuking zombies, so you won't take as much damage with the zombie gas. All right, the conditions of the required number of surviving heroes and some challenges have changed. They are putting in new 3 zombie survival bosses: Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel, and Wong. All right, and since they did suspend zombie mode this past reset, everybody's getting first place rewards: the 4 million gold, 1,100 eternal flames, and 1,000 zombie token survivals. Well, zombie survival tokens. So there is that. So everybody's getting that. New artifacts for Warwolf, Gorilla Man, and Slapstick. All of them are very good. Warwolf is a support. So his is apply to superheroes, increase basic damage dealt to superheroes and villains. Gorilla Man is for himself, which it has damage reduction from superheroes and supervillains. Then Slapstick gets the Spider-Man Giga Dodge, 20% chance to dodge all attacks. The Future Pass, which if you do buy it, you get the advanced potential ticket, and a tier 4 ticket. There's that. The icons that are in there are Shang-Chi and Kamala Khan. Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvels will probably be in the Otherworld battle when it resets. So that'll be a free one. And you have Scarlet Witch would probably be in with the P card event quest. Alright, new uniform collection, which we get all 4 uniforms. You'll get 1.8 million gold once you reach Mythic. The hot deals are coming back. Now, most of these improvements and changes, the one that stuck out was World Boss. So now, you would have to have, like, for World Boss Legend Plus, you would have to have certain characters tier 4, like Human Torch. Recently, I've unlocked stages with, like, Professor X, and I know Blue Dragon is one of them. And then you had, it was another character I did not have tier 4, but I went ahead and just spent the crystals on the discount. So now, instead of the count only increased when the specific heroes was included in the participating heroes, which meaning, your leadership, damage dealer, and support character. Now, after the update, it will be, they will be included either in the participating heroes, the 3 members, or the ally heroes, which means your strikers. So now, after the update, you can use them as strikers. That way you don't have to use any crystals. So that's going to be a whole lot better. That way you don't have to tier 4 older and probably bad tier 4s like Blue Dragon, which I never tier 4'd her. Human Torch. Human Torch is good, but there's no need for him in World Boss Legend, except for a few stages. But after the reset, you can just put the characters in for the strikers and use them that way. Alright, and they are putting in a new speech bubble for Giant Boss Raid. They're changing specific languages for Hellstorm's uniform. Yada, yada, yada. Timeline battle. When entering the content, the last team you use will be pre-selected on the screen, which is kind of dumb. You should already have like a PvP team for timeline battle already set, but whatever. Alright, and the inventory, the maximum number of items that can be mass selected for conversion and sale has been increased from 24 to 50. Alright, so that is the patch notes, guys. Let me know what y'all guys think. 3 new transcendent characters, so that's really good. What do you think about, let me know what y'all guys think about zombie survival. Me personally, like I said, I didn't want it to be like a co-op, because you'd have like some immature players kicking other players out because they didn't have the right characters. Just kind of like how Giant Boss Raid was for the longest. So I'm kind of glad they kept it the same, but kind of like lowered the stages down, but it'll still be difficult. But but yeah, I'm happy for it. But let me know what y'all guys think. If y'all enjoyed some of these changes for the zombies, Weapon Hex got more value now with this update. So let me know what y'all guys think. Smash that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you after the zombie apocalypse. Take care.